Back-to-back state champs. That's my opening statement. I'm proud of these young ladies and the effort that they put forth through this journey.
I know you were going back to the quarterfinal. You said you were very emotional that day. You know, you haven't rolled through. I mean, tonight, obviously, you did, but there's been some adversity, and I know you were very emotional in the quarterfinal, not knowing if that was going to be the last night for a girl like Chloe. Is this and then given what she did in the semis, is this team of fate, destiny? How would you describe this run compared to last year?
Destiny. I think this a lot of little things went right in the St. Amant game, and a lot of small things went right in the semifinal game. You know, we don't get the rebound, we don't get the half-court shot. You know, so everything went right that was supposed to go right, and that we call that destiny.
Chloe, how about you? How mentally coming off, going viral in the semifinals, how did you reset so that you could perform again for it all today?
I just had to forget about it and move on to the next one, because that's not going to win the next game. You have to prepare, you have to keep going and keep pushing.
We had to reel them in a little bit. It wasn't as easy as they make it sound.
What was your approach there?
That's history. It's done. It's in the books. We got to refocus, and if we don't, then we'll be state runner-ups as opposed to state champs. And to hear that and to know what the ultimate goal is, they locked in after that. And as a matter of fact, this morning they got fussed at for being late on the bus.
Coach, they talked about, obviously they got off to a hot start. You guys made a couple of adjustments defensively, and they felt like that made a big difference. Just kind of talk about that a little bit.
We had discussed our game plan, and within a few minutes, 4 minutes of the first quarter, we kind of saw that game plan wasn't necessarily working, and that they were able to get some offensive boards that typically we get on the defensive end, and so we knew we had to make some adjustments, and when we did, I think that was the best thing for us to do, and that's what we did. It did, yeah, it did.
And much like the quarterfinal late, and then the fourth quarter in the semi tonight, it was almost 3 quarters, the pressure defense.
Correct.
Tonight. Just really sort of, is that your calling? Would you say that's your calling card?
I love defense, and I love kids that want to play defense, because it's about heart and effort and hustle, and you don't have to have a special skill to play defense. All right, you just got to have the heart and the hustle to do it. And I think these young ladies were willing. They knew what was on the line, and they made the adjustments. They played the game, and they played it well once we made the adjustments.
Dakota, talk about your journey. You sort of took a leap of faith, transferring schools and having to sit out. I mean, that takes a lot to envision what could be. Obviously, it's all been worth it. Talk to me about your journey.
Sitting on the sideline was hard, because I wanted to actually be there and help the team. But being able to come out now and play with the girls and actually earn it by myself, it feel like all my hard work is paid off.
She told me at the beginning of the year, well, it may have been in the summer after the ring ceremony, that she felt like it was given, but she wanted to earn her own. And so at the end of the game, I reminded her of that. This is what you wanted, this is what you worked for, and you've done it. How amazing does that feel?
You got a chuckle out of your roster. The listed bus driver might be the most talented and have the best resume of any bus driver around. Talk to me about conversations you had with Jeremiah today, and using him as a sounding board.
I have a mentality of maybe after shoot around, I try not to think about it. I try to do something different to kind of get my mind away from it, and because if you're thinking about it, you're gonna get amped up, and I don't want to be amped up like that. I'm not an amped up person, but prior to that, we talk nonstop. He watches film like he's the best bus driver in the world. Yes. So, but to have him as a resource and just I can't go there, but just to have him as a resource is phenomenal. He's a great coach. He's a great man, and he's for kids. And that's the thing I want everybody to know about these 4 kids.
And how, from one of the girls' perspective, what's it like to have him sort of in the shadows?
They might not like it too much.
Is he hard on you guys?
And he's loud.
He's not so
loud.
much as hard. He's just like, he wants you to understand and hear him.
Yes.
He's gonna
It's
stop
not-
at every play if he has to.
Yes. You're gonna understand why you're doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Coach, you obviously had a very dominant team last year. Obviously, players like Michaela. And going into this season, what were the reasonable expectations for this squad? What was the key to getting back here and winning another state championship? What do you think was the biggest thing this team did all season to get right back to this point with another title?
Actually, we started shortly after spring break, with our off season workout for the kids that weren't in, track and field or in a second sport. And so we started prepping for the season shortly after this right here, and just having those discussions with the kids and knowing the mindset that they wanted to repeat. But at the end of the day, you can't get from day 1 to day 365. You got to work in between there to get here. And we took it one workout at a time, one game at a time, one tournament at a time. And that's how we were able to get back.
Chloe, you talked 2 games ago when you were interviewed, said, I didn't want this to be my last game. Tell us how it feels for tonight to be your last game and for it to finish the way it did.
See, you trying to make me cry.
It's amazing just to end my career or in my high school career like this, and then just it's a high going into college.
Any further questions? Coach, we can joke about it now, but take me through the springing the new uniforms on the girls in the semis, and what obviously, I know you obviously didn't know it was going to be an issue.
Correct.
And then girls, how surprised and how cool was it? Despite the technical, how cool was it?
I thought it was amazing. I still think it's amazing. I'm hoping that they're official or legal, for the next season. If not, they keep asking, what are we going to do with those jerseys? And go figure something out to do with them. So, but it means a lot to our community, and it means a lot to our kids. And they're so proud, and we're so proud. And so we just wanted to represent our community. And we did that at that stage. We took a take, and thank God we didn't lose by 2 points or 1 point. And we're just, we're so well.
Coach, the phrase is defense wins championships. I think you
Offense
guys
wins games.
You guys have hung your hats on defense this year. Just say whenever the 2 young ladies sit next to you, your best players are the 2 that get the toughest assignment night in, night out on the defensive end, and they buy into that.
Correct. It's about heart. It's about effort. And if you want to get to the next step, this is what it's going to take. And there's some, amazing young players that are around them that stepped up and, defended and scored the ball. I thought that our young kids played well and filled in when they needed to. All right, Jasmine Hendricks came in number 10. She's going to be a top-notch defender by the time she's a senior. So y'all look out. And then, you got Savannah. Her shot wasn't falling, like it normally is, because I thought she was fading away a little bit, but she got it to start falling there. And so she's a junior, Coda's a junior, and we're looking to rebuild. No, well, not necessarily rebuild, but add on.
Dakota, you got Michaela Williams, Chloe Larry, Dakota Howard. Kind of like Coach said, man down, man up, you're going to be the next man up. It's big shoes to fill, but how does that feel whenever you're going through the whole process and the journey, coming here? It's basically everything you want. You got a state title, now an opportunity to defend that title next year.
It's going to be a lot, but I know if me being a senior and want to come back here, I'm going to have to do the little things to get where I want to be next year with the team.
Y'all don't know this, but Dakota can be mean. So I don't think she'll have an issue with getting players to do what she wants them to do. So, but that's a good me.
Chloe, I'm asking all the seniors, what advice would you give to a young lady that's just starting this journey out, as you're going out here, you're living your dream of playing at the next level, 2-time state champion, first in program history, MVP, your name's all in all the record books. You lived every dream that is possible here at girls basketball in Louisiana. What advice would you give to that and number one on ESPN?
And
What
Scott
advice would you give to
Van
that?
Pelt mentioned you by name too, so, yeah.
I would tell them to work hard, stay in the gym, never give up because it's going to be hard. But there's times you're going to be battle tested, the highs, the lows, but you just got to stay strong, keep going, and keep pushing.
She's also a 3-sport athlete.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
pretty darn good at it.
Yes, I am.
Any
So
further
is
questions?
this one.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank
you,
you.
ladies.
Thank y'all so much.
Congratulations.